I got my start in the industry as a first job out of high school.
I started working at a local country club when I was 16 in high school.
I was originally started out as a caddy.
I grew up caddying, and the golf course I've been caddying at was doing some construction, so I joined up with the maintenance crew and really liked it.
My dad is a golf course superintendent.
My dad's a superintendent.
My dad's a superintendent, so I naturally just kind of followed this path.
I originally went to Penn State for communications, but my first job was in turf out in Hershey's Mill Golf Club, and I don't think communications was for me, and I really loved outdoors, so I wanted to head back out there.
After I decided cooking was a pretty lousy career, I decided to work at a local golf course over a summer, and I really enjoyed it.
I have a degree in agronomic engineer and landscape architecture, and I started working in a golf course as a superintendent and agronomist. I was the first woman Moroccan superintendent back there in my home country.
I got my start in the industry originally because of my love for the game of golf.
I grew up playing golf. My dad introduced me to golf when I was younger. I loved it, and I was thinking about being golf pro, like play on the PGA Tour one day, but it didn't work out, so I just ended up finding that I love being outside, love being on a golf course.
I'd say my favorite class was Dr. McGraw's entomology class.
I think my favorite class at Penn State was the dendrology class.
My favorite class is the trees class.
My favorite class was trees class with Jim Savage. I never thought about trees like I did after that class, just walking around, you know. Some people think I'm crazy because I know the Latin name of trees, but I think it's cool, and I never thought about it like that before.
I would say that my favorite class here was irrigation, because you know in Spain we're going to have a lot of problems with water in the future.
I said construction.
Probably the construction and renovation. It was a lot of hands-on stuff at the course that was around here.
I'm very mechanically inclined, so I like the mechanic class.
I would say special topics, just because you get a wide variety of different things that aren't normally touched on in specific classes that we take.
My favorite class was probably the optional Turf Bowl program. It allowed us to kind of learn all different components of all the different classes. And we also got to go to the GCSAA conference and represent Penn State in the Turf Bowl competition, so it was a lot of fun.
I did my internship at Lancaster Country Club here in Pennsylvania.
I did my internship at Saucon Valley Country Club.
This past summer, I did my internship at Philadelphia Cricket Club.
I did my internship at Trump National Golf Club in Washington, D.C.
So I did my internship in Carmel Country Club in Charlotte.
I did my internship at Castle Pines in Colorado.
I did my internship at Wilmington Country Club, and not only did I learn a lot agronomically, but I also developed a lot of confidence along the way.
I did my internship at Bel Air Country Club in Los Angeles, California.
I was so fortunate to do my internship at Bel Air Country Club in Los Angeles, California.
I did my internship at La Hinch Golf Club, which is in Western Ireland.
I did my 6-month internship at Seminole Golf Club down in Juno Beach, Florida. This was my first warm season experience, so I got to experience and learn Bermuda grass.
I did my internship in Quad Hollow Club in North Carolina. We host the Wells Fargo from the PGA Tour, and then we did a huge renovation from one of the tees for the PGA Championship next year. So it's like we have a bunch of staff there working a bunch of hours every week, but you know, that brings you the opportunity to learn as much as you can.
I did my internship at Philadelphia Cricket Club in Philadelphia. I think I learned a lot about what it takes to be in management at a larger course. There's just a lot of facilities there, a lot of people to manage, high expectations. So definitely got put into a scenario that helped me as a person and grow.
So I did my internship at Oakmont Country Club in Pittsburgh, and yeah, it was an amazing experience. I think I learned more about myself.
I did my internship at Childress Hall in Childress, Texas. It was a grow and construction project, and it basically allowed me to put into practice almost everything I've learned.
I did my internship at Somerset Hills Country Club in Bernardsville, New Jersey. To me, the 6-month internship is very valuable because you're there for a longer period of time. When you're in a 4-year program, you get out with only roughly 4 to 5 months, and being in this program, having the 6 months, you're there 2 months before anybody else shows up, other interns or anything, and you're there 2 months after. So you get that valuable time with your super, your assistants, the crew, and you get that more of that time with them.
My favorite experience at Penn State was going down to TPC Sawgrass and being a part of that big tournament.
I had never been to a big tournament before.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, we were all part of the backpack blowing crew, so it was cool just seeing a squadron of us going down the fairway, just absolutely dominating every day, just getting the job done.
I would say my best time during the program was when I volunteered at Muirfield Village for the Memorial Open. I just remember driving on the highways to it, the music playing, and I felt right where I belonged.
I'd say one of the greatest experiences was traveling for all the conventions, GCSA conference and the SFMA conference. I just really learned a lot.
My favorite experience is just meeting all the people. We have a very knit group. Our class is 16 people. So for us, we are always hanging out and doing things. And I got into a lot of cool little hobbies like pickleball and disc golf and things on the side. So I like to do that kind of stuff when we're not in class.
Living here at Penn State was definitely awesome. I've always been a fan of mountains here in Happy Valley. The name just says it all. It's a happy place. The overwhelming love and pride for the school is pretty hard to match, and I don't think I've ever seen that anywhere else.
As the only female here, I felt very supported. Especially, I loved the fact that we are all different from other countries like Canada, France, Spain.
There's not many of us, so we're all always together, walking to and from classes.
It's a big turf thing, too, to go to the football games.
I think by coming here, I definitely became a really big fan of Penn State sport.
I went for my first time in my life. I went to an American football game. In Spain, it is impossible to imagine something like that in a university. It's another world, completely different.
Penn State's been a great place to learn. It's got an awesome turf program. Really, the only problem is the football team can't beat Ohio State.
This is my dream school. I've been coming to football games here since I was a little kid.
I think that to have Penn State in your resume here means a lot, but in Spain it means more than a lot.
After graduation, I'm taking an assistant superintendent job at Shore Acres in Lake Bluff, Illinois.
After graduation, I'm returning to Oakmont Country Club to prepare for the US Open.
I'm going back to the course that I started at to become superintendent, and the superintendent there is going to be a consultant for me for my first year.
After graduation, I'm planning to stay here in the United States, and I want to continue in research studies.
I'm going to the Country Club of York here in Pennsylvania as a fourth assistant.
I'm going to Wilshire Country Club in Los Angeles.
I have a job offer at Cypress Point in California. I'm waiting to figure out if my girlfriend wants to move to California. We're having conversations about that.
After graduation, I'm going to Muirfield Village in Ohio.
I'll be interning at Vineyard Golf Club off Martha's Vineyard, and I'll be learning about organic agronomy.
After graduation, I will be returning to Seminole Golf Club to be an assistant superintendent.
The main two people I'd like to thank are my former superintendent from my first ever job, Tom Troutman, and also Josh Saunders from Lancaster Country Club. They were both very big influences on me pushing through Penn State.
I want to thank my mentor, Ben Griffin.
I would like to thank my family, my mom, especially my dad, who's my mentor. He's helped me get here. He's my favorite teacher.
I'd like to thank my parents, my mom and dad, my dad especially, just for, kind of mentoring me from a young age and helping me get to the point that I am, and yeah, my mom for putting up with all the nonsense all the time.
We are Penn State.
We are Penn State.
We are Penn State!
We are Penn State!